This is a time lapse of our concrete pour today. We have two 12-yard cement trucks coming in and a long boom truck, as you can see in the picture. There's our first cement truck, and it's backing up and setting up with the pump truck. So we have about 5 hours of concrete work compressed down into just over 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes. So there you see Juan is holding the boom and starting to pour the concrete out of the hose, and all the guys are ready to go, but Juan needs to fill along the perimeter and then down the center. Then the guys are going to take that long aluminum screed and hold it up next to the yellow chalk or the blue chalk line along the foundation wall to set the depth of the slab. So they do set the depth in concrete along the wall and then in the middle, as you saw there, and then they fill the area between and screed using the two edges that they just made to fill in the center area. And they do that about every 12 feet, which is the width of their long aluminum screed. And so you see one of the guys is starting to use the bowl float. He's got a long handle on that, and he's also working the edges, the perimeter down there. So there you see they're setting up another surface to screed from, and they're coming across. They're filling in the step now for the entrance. It's a little pad for an entryway that's going to be in between the garage doors. You can see the concrete walls that we poured earlier. So they're just finishing up the last of the pad now. And that's just one big mono-pour slab over the garage floor. He's finishing up screeding. Now they are up on the side doing the walkway and stairs. You can see the boom is there, and so we are done pouring the concrete now. That's the boom operator, and he's just emptying out the concrete from the boom, and then he's gonna hose everything out, clean up everything. Some of the guys are washing off their tools, and they're going to be waiting around a little bit to get started on taking their bowl floats around the floor. But yeah, there's a certain amount of time we've got to wait to let the concrete set up. But we have a 6mm black tarp vapor barrier over the ground under the slab, and then 6-inch wire mesh in the slab, and we've been pulling the mesh up off the ground as we pour, and so you lift up and then the mesh will settle on top of the aggregate in the concrete that you've poured, and that will hold it at the correct height within the slab. You have to be a little careful with it. You don't want it up too high or too low. So you see one of the guys, he's got his knee floats on, and he's out there working the concrete. So we're just going to relocate the camera here so you can watch him. The guy is pretty good with this. A little later in the video here you can see him working his arms and legs all at the same time, screeding a lot of concrete surface very quickly. See him using arms, legs, everything, all 4 limbs working the concrete at the same time. And his his partner is down at the far end of the slab. They'll eventually come together towards the center of the slab. So he's just finishing the little entry portion of the slab right now. Now this guy here, he's been working the stairs, and the stairs, they take a little more care, because they have to have a nice appearance to them. And he's using the float, getting a good finished surface, and then brushing the finish onto the treads and risers. You see the drainage for the downspout, and below that is the drain for the foundation. So he's just kind of cleaning up the bottom, and then there will be pavers in the rest of the parking area, and the pavers will butt up against that bottom step. So everything is working out pretty good. You can watch video 2, which will be at normal speed with narration on the spot. Hope you enjoyed this. Please do subscribe if you'd like to follow along with this project.